Hello and welcome fellow flight simming, aviation and virtual reality fans, and whoever you are, whenever you are, very welcome to this video. It has been a while since our last flight. We did a domestic flight here in Norway from Oslo to Molde and back to Oslo. And in the meantime some things have happened and changed and whatnot. We have a new VATSIM Codec out. We are online on the VATSIM network here in X-Plane 11 native VR using the Oculus Rift S headset as our rig. And yeah, the new VATSIM Codec has been out for a couple of days, so still some minor things they need to sort out, but they are working on it and it is all going as planned. So there's no real big issues, so still some issues with the clients, and it's pretty much out of VATSIM's hands. And I have had a few flights which I have not recorded, just testing out the codec and a few other things, and I must say it's really impressive what they have done. I really like the new codec, and adds so much more realism to the flight experience when flying online. And speaking of realism, the Zibo mod guys has also done a few things. This is the 3.37 version, so no release candidate here, it's the full version. And they have added some ski effects. It's still a work in progress in my opinion, but yeah, they have added a few things to add to the realism, and a few things like the ski effect to virtual reality, so that's really nice. And again, just a big shout out and massive respect both to the guys at the VATSIM and the Zibo guys, all of whom work for free. That's insane, right? So you really need to be thankful for what they provide us with. Anyway, we are stood here in Gardermoen, our home airport, which I'm sure you're all quite acquainted with for now. That's stand 48. And we are planning a flight out of Norway today. We're going to Hamburg, one of my favorite destinations. Really like flying into Hamburg, and quite often they have ATC, almost if not every day they have ATC alive there. So it should be an interesting flight. We'll take around 1 hour and 15 minutes here from Oslo in Norway to Hamburg in Germany, northern Germany. And the weather, as you can see, it's dull, grey, and it's autumn. Full autumn here in Norway, and it won't be long until the snow comes. It's below 10 degrees for sure. And it has been raining for the last couple of days. As of now it's not raining, but it is, I'm sure it will start raining again soon. In Hamburg it's unfortunately not much better, but we shall see once we arrive. So yeah, let's just jump into the cockpit and start setting up and look for some ATC, shall we? So let me just get my seat arranged, and there we go. Close this noise like so. Anyway, another addition I have added to the sim since the last video was is the short final design global scenery, which adds some new textures to default textures, or it replaces, I should say, new and better improved textures in default scenery. And also has region-specific housing, something I have been rambling about for ages, and it's finally here. They have region-specific houses for Scandinavia, where we are at the moment, and for the Mediterranean, and for Asia and Middle East, and the US and whatnot. So it's pretty darn cool. So I have added that to my sim. Hopefully we'll get a quick view of some of the buildings in today's flight, although I do think we'll be looking at a cloud layer most of the way. So we're sat here cold and dark, and it's time to fire up. I've added a few more things to the Zibo mod as well, like the more realistic lag to the FMC and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, let's just get some battery power going here. That's working fine. And just check this here. That's good. Let's check. Let's get some ground power on as well, and then we can do the test. That's looking good. There we go. And just checking everything here. Get some lights on as well. That's a configuration horn, stowed down. It's looking good. Test the lights as well. Yep. We should signal that we are using ground power as well. So yeah, it's looking good. Also, there's a few other things. I will mention them when I come across them during the flight. We have some timing cruise today, so that's good. Start aligning these. Here we go. And get some lights going here. Get this going. Auto, that's good. Come like this. Up. And good here. Also, I have replaced my side take yoke with a new side take yoke. I don't know if you haven't watched the other videos. I have had some issues with the buttons on the right hand side on the side take yoke. They just cut out completely. But luckily I bought my side take yoke in a physical store, a local hardware store that I'd like to support. So they were kind enough to take in the old one and give me a new one. So that's good. And all sorted. Although now I have gotten used to having everything on my left side, and most of the time if I am in takeoff roll or final, I'll be having my hand on the throttle or near the throttle, and it's good to have most things on the left side here. So I'm holding the yoke with my left hand and using the right hand to manipulate the controls. So yeah. One thing we should do though is get this move VR stuff going, so we can see what's going on around us. And there's a few issues, but I'm sure it will be fixed. So there's my recording of this video here. Catch a glimpse of how that's done in the OBS, if you're wondering how to do that. So let's just jump over here. So yeah, we have ATC in Gardermoen, where we're at. We can get the frequencies out. We can. Let's just. It's nothing online in Germany, but I do think we will have them come online. They are quite active, especially in Hamburg. So yeah. So Gardermoen approach is 120.45. There. So we don't have the room sound from Swift. It is there sometimes, but so I think the Swift client is still not quite there yet. So we are connected with a voice codec, and that's an issue also in VR. I need to use my mouse here to get the VR mouse working. So yeah. So we got that tuned. Got a few flights here. We've got some weather as well. It has been implemented on the new VATSIM map, so that's quite awesome. Yeah, so that's on. Let's get some fuel and weights and stuff like that. So let's get off plan here. Back charge. There we go. And we will be around 131 passengers or something like that, so 55.4, let's see. And that's already, so 55.4 and 6.4 tons should do this. $55.4 and 6.4. So I've had a few questions, also seen them asked on forums regarding the new, which by the way is freaking awesome, refueling truck with the real-time refueling times, and the refueling once you're empty or need more fuel is quite straightforward. You punch in more fuel and it comes and fills it up. But there are some people who have been asking about when you need to take out fuel, like in this situation here we have full wing tanks, as you can see, 7.8, and you basically do the same. You put in the fuel, and the fuel you have for your flight plan or whatever you want to take, And if it happens to be lower than the current fuel state in your tanks, you do the same. You call the fuel truck, and it will come and it will take it out, and actually it's starting instantly here. So he will come and he will empty the tanks for you. He should come shortly. There we go. So you can see fuel is going out of the tanks now and will go down to the fuel level it is set. No difficulties there, I hope. Anyway, let's jump onto the flight plan. So we'll be cruising at 380 today, that's nice. The temperature outside 6 degrees and clouds, so we'll definitely be needing engine anti-ice, and we'll just pop it on departure. Yeah. So just to reduce the workload as we fly the departure. So let's fire up the FMC here and just check the temperature in the cabin. Yeah, we have the 20 degrees that we need, so that's nice, not too cold. So we are in Gardermoen, as we always are, but now we're going out to Hamburg, which is a place I fancy very much so. And we are operating a real-world Norwegian route, North Shuttle 1126 for Hamburg. Have flown on that route. Let's see. Yep. Wrong one. Here we go. Gardermoen and Hamburg. One more. And we'll be North Shuttle 1126. Oop. Yep. And we will be departing the old 01 left. Let's get our routing here. 01 left on the Toip for Alpha. And from Toip we jump on the Papa 615. To Alasa.
Oslo Approach, North Shuttle 932, mic check. North Line 32, Oslo Approach, ready 5 Ready 2, thank you.
So one thing before we move on, just want to do a few things here. So that's the current issue we have, at least for Swift users. Whenever there's a transmission going on, it pops up, so I can cancel this and a new one will come as soon as someone transmits. So yeah. But what I would like to do, so 8 is go to there, so that's good. But what I wanted to do, I can jump into Cockpit here, I think. Cockpit and audio, and just bump up the volume a bit. It's not that bad on ground, but once you're into takeoff, it's quite noisy, and that's where you also will receive some instructions. It's nice to have a chance to hear it, and that's nothing to do with VATSIM, that's just a client and volume level individually.
Approach, hello, Scandinavian 32 Tango.
Mike 852.
Scan 32 Tango 5 5 requesting to base training. Scan 32 Tango, clear for the base training. After departure, climb 4,000 feet, runway heading, runway 01 left, and squawk 2515.
I'll just finish this and then we'll grab our clearance.
Tango, please repeat.
Tango 905.
Scan 32 Tango, clear for the base training, runway 01 left. After departure, climb 4,000 feet, runway heading, and squawk 2515.
And that's the start of the arrival at Bokma to Alpha 423.
After runway Indius 01 left, after departure climb 4,000 feet,
Bokma to Alpha.
we track squawk 2515. And 32 Tango.
Good.
Scan 32 Tango, read back correct. Read back correct.
And let me just check the latest ATIS. I just buried the icon here. So let's go to the ATC here, and we have information Lima. Let's approach 01 left and 01. Yeah, so both runways in use, so most likely we'll give a 01 left. Make a small L there that looks like a corner or an angle, right? Not like an L. Gardermoen approach, North Shuttle 1126 at stand 48 with the information Lima. Request clearance for Hamburg as filed.
Oslo 1126, Oslo Approach, hello, information Lima, correct. Cleared Hamburg, Torp 9er Bravo departure, runway 01 right. Cleared 7,000 feet and squawk 4270.
Cleared Hamburg via Torp for Alpha departure and runway 01 right, squawk 420, correction 4270, and initial climb clearance 7,000 for North Shuttle 1126.
Oslo 1126, confirmed Torp 9er Bravo departure.
Correction, yeah, Torp 9er departure for North Shuttle 1126. Yeah, it was the 9.
Oslo 1126, almost, Torp 9er Bravo.
Torp 9er Bravo departure for North Shuttle 1126.
Oslo 1126, read back correct.
Okay, so we'll just fix that. That.
North Shuttle 4116, the stand 11, Boeing 737, 800 so that will be Lima, credential 008. Oslo 4116, Oslo Approach, hello, information Lima, correct. Clear to Arlanda, Masa for Alpha departure, runway 01 left. Cleared 7,000 feet and squawk 6641.
Also.
Arlanda via Masa for Alpha departure, 7,000 feet, runway 01 left. Squawk 6641, North Shuttle 4116. Oslo 4116, read back correct.
Execute that. So just fix that. So a bit of a bad start there. I was just too blinded on that. We didn't get as filed. That's the reason. So unusual for 01 right for this flight, but we'll take it. Especially when it's 01 left. It's the most common departure in these conditions. Anyway, 01 right it is. So that means we'll have to have a good close look at our pushback as well. And 7,000 was our initial. There we go. And yeah, so we got the clearance. That's all sorted. So let's go to the performance here. So we'll be cruising at 380. Not that much. And we'll be so. And our reserves be around. We'll be going to Bremen. We cannot land in Hamburg, and that will require us to be at 2.2, let's say. The refueling is completed, so let's get our cruise winds. Almost. We can put in Aalborg at 116.7. While we have it sitting, staring at us. That's wrong. Six, 7, 0, Aalborg. And Gardermoen is there, so that's all good. Anyway, our cruise winds here is 227.40. And +1 in there. Temperature. Good. Execute that. Temperature was 6 degrees. Doing 2K. Flaps 5. So 4.6 units these that, that's just about there. 135, 136 as rotation, and 143, like so. And we can just pop in our approach ref speed, and we'll be looking closely at that later on. So let's have a look at the routing here. So it's 0 on right takeoff, and be climbing straight ahead, and then doing a right hand turn back around to Kubu, Torp, Aalborg, and then to Ulster, Boeing, and here we might have some issues, so I want to go direct from Boeing to Pisas. Don't want this one here, so execute that like so. So let's just delete the altitude there.
Oslo Approach, North Shuttle 932, stand 18, information Lima, I part to Copenhagen.
Oslo Line 3 to Oslo Approach, hello, clear to Copenhagen, Oxford for Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7000 and squawk 4326.
Other than that...
Okay, cleared Copenhagen, Oxford for Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7000, squawk 4326, North Shuttle Line 3.
Oslo Line 32, correct.
Okay, so that's all good, so let's just pop that off like so, and let's get some charts out. Here we go, 1681 for the ISA, so we'll need a VR mouse, as we still cannot turn that violently with the... I'll show you why. If I choose to do it manually without barrow, set our MFR rate, 1 turn, like so. So imagine doing that all the way up to... It's quite... There's no real sense to it, so there it jumps 400, maybe it jumps 200, so it's very hard to... in one of the older versions of the Zibo mod, it was much more VR friendly, because you could turn half around like this, and hold, and it would just tick up at a fast pace, but you could hit the number you wanted. You can't do that anymore. So that is why I am using the VR mouse for this. Let's just see what happens as we try. So I'm looking at 1.6.
Scandinavian 3 to Tango, ready to push and start.
Scan 3 to Tango, push and start approved, QNH 1008, straight pushback.
008.
Straight pushback, QNH 1008, Scandinavian 3 to Tango.
Set. And it's a takeoff from runway 0 on right, that's a heading 12. 12, set. At the airport. Departure. It was the Troy 9 Bravo departure, so let's find that. It's here. There we go. It's on that departure, and let's just check the speeds that we have in the drive, and 30 below, that's correct. So all the speeds are correct. So we'll go autopilot quite fast. I won't be messing around too much. And yeah, we could tune Torp, but I won't. We have Aalborg tuned, and we have Gardermoen tuned. So we'll leave it as that. Actually, we could tune Torp, and then we can always tune back Gardermoen if we want to. 8.5. So turning to 072. I'll just pop that in here a bit lively. 072, then on to 162. I'll just pop in the next one. That's 206. So we'll skip the short one there. So we have roughly our headings there. Yep. I'll just read through. Yeah, so no updates there. And usual 250 below 10. Yeah. Okay, so let's put this away. Let's set our cruise altitude here, 380.
Line 32, cruise push and start.
Line 32, push and start approved, QNH 1008.
And let's have a look at our...
Push start approved, QNH 1008, line 32.
So we have a maybe he gave us 01 right because of our stand situation, just to give us a shorter taxi. So most likely it's a pushback facing east, and then Juliet, Sierra, the holding point 01 right. Yeah. So we'll set up for a pushback facing east. Let's get this one out, and we need to be careful for it not to lock on. So it's set to facing west, so we need to fix that. There we go. So normally you could drag, could hold and drag, but it will freeze up, but I won't. Yeah, actually it works now, that's good.
For 116, hold position, expect push 2 minutes.
So hopefully that was correct before the image
Ground to
disappeared.
cockpit, plan acknowledge. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Scan 32 Tango, taxi Kilo November, holding point runway 01 left, Alpha 3.
Kilo November to holding point runway 01 left, Alpha 3.
Okay, so that's
Marshall 4116, behind the passing Scandinavian Airbus A319 from right to left, push and start approved, QNH 1008 behind.
start the flight leg. Yeah.
Push and start approved behind.
So we're in barrel, and I want that all the way down here, like so. Hectopascal, and we have that set. All good here. And I want you like so. Get the view going. Normal. Pop this on. Let's do that.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. Descend. Descend.
Set that
crossing.
later.
Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent.
Yep.
Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Well, that's good. Yep. 0. That's tuned. So let's tune the next frequency will be handed off to, which will be Norway Control at 125.54. Sorry, 125.5. And let's just have another look at the ATIS. So here's the new error. So
check for North Shuttle 396.
Echo, November, Golf Mike.
So you can see it pops up, so we have ground online by the looks of it. ATIS at 127.15.
Feet. Acknowledge information Lime. On first contact. This is Oslo Gardermoen information Lime. Time 1350, expect ILS approach runway 01 left and 01 right in use. Transition level A5 mandatory speed 180 knots at final approach point. Met report. Wind 090 degrees 5 knots variable between 050 and 120 degrees. Visibility more than 10 kilometers 4000 meters to southeast fog in vicinity broken 400 feet. Temperature 6. Dew point 5 QNH 1008 temporary scattered 400 feet broken 70.
Okay, so that's good enough. And
correction approach. This is North Shuttle 396 within stand 16 requesting IFR clearance to Longyearbyen. Oslo 396 Oslo Approach, hello, cleared to Svalbard, Nifsa for Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7,000 feet, and squawk 6237.
this will just, looks like he is...
Cleared to Longyearbyen on the Nova for Alpha departure, 7,000 feet, squawking 6237, runway 01 left for North Shuttle 396. Oslo 396, read by correct, brake brakes, command 32 Tango, wind 019 degrees, 5 knots, 01 left, clear takeoff, report airborne. Good for the runway 01 left, and report airborne, continue left 3 Tango.
Okay, so we're pretty much set there, so let's...
Oslo Approach, good evening, Scandinavian 4609 is an Airbus A320 at stand 13 requesting I-5 clearance to Manchester with information email.
Scan 4609, Oslo Approach, hello, information Lima correct, cleared to Manchester. Atlap 5 Alpha departure, runway 01 left, cleared 7,000 feet, and squawk 3160.
Cleared to Manchester by the Atlap 5 Alpha departure, runway 01 left,
So let's just do...
cleared to 7,000
Oxygen
feet,
is...
squawk
Yeah, we didn't test that.
3160, Scandinavian 4609.
Scan 4609, read by correct.
Oxygen tested, nav transfer switch is normal auto, window heat is on. And presentation mode, select the auto. Check. Heading altimeters are correct and course check. Parking brake is set. Engine start level is cut off. Before start checklist, flight deck doors closed and locked. Fuel, we have 6.4 tons on board and 4 pumps on. No fuel in single tanks, and we have 6.2 tons required, if I remember correctly. Passenger signs are on, and they are seated. Windows are locked. MCP, we have 143, 012, and 7000 set as a stop altitude. Takeoff speeds, we have 135, 136 as rotation, and V2 is 143. CD pre-flight is completed. Rudder and alien trim of 3 and 0. And taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. We expect pushback facing east and will be taxiing on Juliet Sierra to holding point of runway 01 right. We'll be at 22K. Flaps 5 takeoff. Doing a right hand turn and going towards Torp. In case of any issues, we'll climb straight ahead to 4,000 feet and deal with the situation, contact ATC, and most likely receive vectors back for landing in Gardermoen. 01 right or 01 left. So that is the taxi and takeoff briefing completed, so let's just request push and start.
National line 32, now line up runway 01 left.
Now we land 01 left, national line 32.
Gardermoen approach, North Shuttle 1126 at stand 48, request push and start.
National 1126, push and start approved, QNH 1008.
Push and start approved, QNH 1008, North Shuttle 1126. Okay, so let's pop this on and get the ground guys going.
Scanan 32 Tango, expect vectors for the ILS approach, runway 01 left.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Expecting vectors for ILS 01 left, Scanan 32 Tango.
Just running over things again one last time.
4116 is Versace available.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in.
One question 4116, affirmative, via Alpha 3, line up 01 left.
Copy that, line up via Alpha 3, 4116.
National line 32, hold the position on the runway 1 traffic before your departure.
Line 32.
That's off.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
National 4116, wind variable 5 knots, runway 01 left, clear for takeoff, report airborne.
Clear takeoff, 01 left, report airborne, push then 4116.
No one online in Germany, but we have Denmark online. Hopefully we'll stay there.
396, requesting push and start.
Give us ATC most of the way.
National 396, squawk 6237, push and start approved, QNH 1008.
Lifting us up.
National 396, check your squawk
connected and
6237,
bypass
push and
pin
start approved,
inserted.
QNH
Release parking
1008.
Squawk 6237, push start approved, QNH 1008. Correction, QNH 1008. No shuttle 396.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
And we are starting engines 201 in sequence, starting 2.
Scan 32 Tango, turn left heading 190. Left heading 190,
North 4116.
National 4116 identified, 1100, climb flight level 210, passing 3000 feet, direct massive.
Direct massive, climb flight level 210, North 4116.
Adjust my butt kicker, guys. Sorry. Like so. Start a cutout, and EGT is rolling back. Fuel flow is good, all is good. Starting number 1. Flow. Oil pressure is building, looking good.
National line 32, wind variable 5 knots, go on left, clear takeoff.
To left, clear takeoff, national line 32.
Start a cutout and ETT falling back, looking good. So
Gardermoen Approach, Scandinavian 4609, stand 13, requesting push and start.
Scandinavian 4609, push and start approved, QNH 1008.
Push and start approved, QNH 1008,
just
Scandinavian
waiting for him to
4609.
stop, and then we'll do some checking.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Full forward and back, left and right and left. Good. Blank to load you. RTO 5 on the flaps. Goes checked. Good. Before taxi checklist. Generators are on, probe heat on, anti-ice is on, and wing anti-ice due to X-plane issues. Isolation valve is auto, engine start switches are continuous. Recall is checked, auto brake is RTO, engine start levels idle detent. Flight controls are checked and ground equipment is clearing.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Thank you.
210
As you can see, I have the guys, the users on the Zibo forum, just amazing. I had this, I've had this tendency to forget to turn on my butt kick. It goes into standby mode, so I have actually added it to my standard normal checklist here. So it's quite good. So butt kick check this on, and there's the bypass pin shortly. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so we are good to go. We can request a taxi. Let's just pop on the radars list to forget. And I expect Juliet Sierra holding point 01 left, right, correction. Gardermoen Approach, North Shuttle 1126, request taxi.
Shuttle 1126, taxi Juliet and Sierra holding point 01 right.
Juliet Sierra holding point 01 right, North Shuttle 1126.
Shuttle 4116, contact Norway on 125.5, bye bye.
125.5.
Bye bye. Hello.
So here we go. Bit more. That's good. I think he changed the runway for us actually just as a courtesy, since both runways are active and we were parked on stand on the side favoring 01 right. Just changed the departure, that's why. So yeah, other than that we're good. It's looking good so far.
Line 32, clear direct to Kelin.
Start Kelin, Shuttle 932.
Just remove this parking.
Gardermoen Approach, hello, Kelin 50 Golf, stand 49. Information Mike, QNH 1008, request clearance to Amsterdam.
Kelin 50 Golf, standby.
Here's Sierra.
Scandinavian 4609, ready to taxi.
Scandinavian 4609, taxi Kilo November, 01 left, Alpha 3 available.
And on takeoff, the wing anti-ice just cut out automatically, so we need to review that if we are going through a thick cloud layer there. And normally we wouldn't be using the wing anti-ice. The reason I am using it is that unfortunately X-plane is, or I don't know if X-plane or active sky, doesn't really matter. Anyway, it has a tendency to just icing you up in a flash in like 30 seconds and you'll be dropping out of the sky. So that's why. And hopefully it will be fixed.
Golf, November, hold short of Kilo.
Several times each week. If you're on the Zibo mod or the X-plane forum, you'll be seen posts from confused people who have followed the checklist to the letter and still dropped out of the sky and have no idea why, but that's simply due to them flying in icy conditions with no wing anti-ice on an X-wing. So you really have to be on top of this here.
Turf Alpha, departure runway 01 right, initially 7000, squawk 1567, KLM 50 Golf.
So we'll be taking Bravo 3.
Golf, confirm Torp 9 Bravo.
Oh yeah, Torp 9 Bravo, KLM 50.
Yeah, he also had a plan for 01 left, so...
Break, National 396, continue Golf November, holding point 01 left. Continue Golf November, hold short, runway 01 left, no shuttle 396.
Okay, so we'll take the next exit there, at Bravo 3. That's here. And we have 4.6 units. That's wrong. There we go, 4.6 units D-staff, don't know why it went up there. And we have flaps 5 with the green lights, and transponder is alt off now. We're swinging out to the holding point, and we'll be calling in fully ready if it doesn't give us the go ahead before so.
Skyline 4609er, line up 01 left.
Landing up 01 left, we're taking the full length, Scandinavian 4609.
Roger, break, National 1126, Bravo 3 is unfortunately not available, but that's no problem now, line up 01 right.
Okay, sorry about that, line up and wait, 01 right, North Shuttle 1126. Okay.
Marshall liner 32, contact Norway 125.5 for that.
Norway 125.5, hold on.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Marshall 32 Tango, turn left heading 040, descend 4000 feet, cleared ILS, 01 left.
Approaching 01 right.
Actually, actually I forgot this. In Gardermoen there's maintenance work on the 01 right, and some of the exits are blocked due to maintenance in real world. One of these being Bravo 3, forgot about that, so yeah.
Marshall 1126, wind variable 5 knots, runway 01 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 01 right.
On runway 01 right.
Canal 4609, wind variable 5 knots, 01 left, clear for takeoff.
Yeah, we are pitched through, but that's okay.
Clear for takeoff, Scandinavian 4609.
Okay, so start the timer. 40%. That's a bit more than 40, but that's okay. Engine stable, set, takeoff thrust, let's go.
Correction 396, behind the departing Scandinavian Airbus A320, up 01 left and wait behind.
Check.
Start up and way behind the Scandinavian A320 on runway 01 left, no shuttle 396.
Canal 50 Golf is ready to descend.
Rotate.
Canal 50 Golf, push the start approved, Cuban H1008.
Positive rate.
Respect the start approved, Cuban
Get up.
H1008, Canal 50 Golf.
Clouds. Checked.
Marshall 1126 identified, 1,200 feet, climb via SID, flight level 210.
Climb via SID, flight level
1000.
210, North Shuttle 1026.
Skyline 4609 identified, 1,400 feet, climb flight level 210, direct upload.
Climb flight level 210, direct ADLAP, Scandinavian 4609.
Correction, North Shuttle 395, wind variable 5 knots, 01 left, clear for takeoff, report airborne.
So he was a bit quick on the trigger there, the ATC guy.
Shuttle 396, clear for takeoff from 01 left, we'll report airborne.
Flaps up.
Skyline 3 to Tango, establish an island 01 left. Skyline 3 to Tango, continue approach, number 1, and the intentions. Plans go around.
That's it. So we have flaps up, no lights, gear up and off, and...
Oslo 1126, clear direct Cubub.
Clear direct Cubub, North Shuttle 1126.
Skyline 4609er, clear direct Aloti.
Clear direct Aloti, Skyline 4609.
Skyline 3 to Tango, wind variable 5 knots, runway 01 left, clear to land, and when ready, initiate the go run. Clear land, runway 01 left, Tango.
No, Shuttle 396, airborne.
Shuttle 396 identified, 1600, climb flight level 210.
So actually, just to defend the ATC guy, because
no, Shuttle 396.
he did contact me at the right and appropriate time, but this being a one-person cockpit, transmitting just passing 1,000 feet on takeoff in a two-person environment is not always feasible. But nonetheless...
Oslo 396, direct Solmuk.
Direct Solmuk, forward, no Shuttle 396.
And we can release the cabin crew. I have to take off checklist just... flaps up, no lights, stay. Engine bleeds on. Pop this off as well, anti-ice is off. Go up and off, flaps up, yep. So let's just run through it. There's no issues here. Good. Yeah. And we'll be handed off shortly to Norway. So that's 10,000. Cushion safety is good. Fuel, 4 pumps still on, and 5.8 ton. Nicely balanced. And welcome to the Norwegian afternoon sun. Just almost 5 o'clock here in the afternoon. Just disregard that.
Scandinavian 190, radio sec.
Scandinavian 190, radio 545. Oslo 1126, contact Norway 125.5, bye-bye.
125.5, thank you for service, bye-bye, North Shuttle 126.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so there's Norway control, I guess. Let's just get him up here. Norway Control, North Shuttle 1126, inbound waypoint Cubub, passing flight level 140.
North Shuttle 1126, Norway, climb initially flight level 340.
Climb 340, North Shuttle 1126. So a bit lower, but figure he will clear us soon enough. So yeah, we're on our way to Hamburg, Germany. Did consider going to Munich, but I was a bit...
Nautical 932, contact Sweden, control 118.4. 184, Nautical 932, blah, blah, blah.
So next frequency after this guy will be Copenhagen Control at 121.27. So,
Nautical 7 Kilo Charlie, request taxi, set 13, top height.
have a look. Hamburg.
7 Kilo Charlie, confirm request push and start. Yeah, yes, push and start. Nautical 7 Kilo Charlie, push and start approved, QNH 1006. QNH 1006, push and start approved. 7 Kilo Charlie.
Start preparing Hamburg already. And 2-3 confirmed. 2-3 is at 227.
Good afternoon, Norway. This is No Shuttle 396 with you, passing through flight level 120-2210.
No Shuttle 396 Norway, route direct Bravo November.
Redirect Bravo November, No Shuttle 396.
No Shuttle 396, climb flight level 350.
No Shuttle 35, correction 396, climb flight level 350.
Landing altitude 50 feet. Set and check. And frequency for ILS 23 is 111.5. And 111.50 set. Boeing to Alpha arrival. Here and here and here, so we could leave it in. Most likely they will be giving us shortcut from Boeing.
Good day, Norway Center. This is No Shuttle 18327 and flight level 2320.
Northern 327 Norway, cleared bod up to November, arrival expected 17.
That's correct.
Expect 17 runway, Norwegian 8327.
Northern 8327 cleared bod up to November, arrival.
280.
Clear to bod up, Norwegian 8327.
Nautical 8327, cleared for arrival, star, bod up to November.
Go, set. And let's see, we can't use the map now for H's.
Bod up to arrival to 7.
Scandinavian 980 uniform, route direct, Kilo Sierra Delta. Scandinavian 98 uniform, route direct Kilo Sierra Delta.
Direct to Kilo Sierra Delta for Scandinavian 98 uniform.
Well, most likely.
7 Kilo Charlie, taxi Yankee, holding point runway 09er.
Continue Yankee 09er. Not sounds, sorry, not Chateau.
Let's just look here for the QNH.
Second track.
Few at 400. 1010. Set. Some holes in the cloud here. There's Rike. I believe it's Rike at least. Closed now, but used primarily by Ryanair before the Norwegian government put some taxes on some environmental taxes on flying on the flight seats or something like that. And anyway, that caused Ryanair to ditch Rike Airport. Yeah. Passengers can go out now. So I would really like to get this is one of the issues I have. Normally I would be just looking here, going, oh, Hamburg, let's look at the 80s, and then you could click on it, and with some luck we could choose the 80s frequency and get the text 80s here. Used to do that,
Norway Control, good afternoon, Scandinavian 98 Papa.
But after the update, the text data is not
Tango Oscar Romeo.
currently visible on the map, but I do believe it will be. So here we are, on the way towards Torp. And Aalborg is live now, so shortly we'll be switching to Aalborg.
Alpha 1.
Little 7 Kilo Charlie, runway 09 cleared for takeoff. The wind 120 degrees, 10 knots.
Few high clouds here.
Thousand to go.
Go towards Aalborg.
Little 1126, climb flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, North Shuttle 1126. So there's our clearance to initial climb. And a turn towards Aalborg in Denmark.
Norway Control, good afternoon, l'Italia 686 requesting clearance to Milano, Malpensa.
Alitalia 686, Buongiorno, clearance Malpensa, Tuxil 3 Charlie, climb 6000, squawk 2430.
Love the amount of traffic and control on VATSIM that we're seeing. This is Thursday afternoon, but all week has just been banging on VATSIM. So awesome. But the reason I like to get the 80s for Hamburg early is that they sometimes deviate from the world there, and you never know. And nice to be prepared, actually, even if you go in, because they do like to throw you around a bit.
I don't understand the third number, 24 And 0? Okay, but the third I don't understand, I'm sorry.
The third number is the number 3, as in 1, 2, 3. Squawk 2430.
Squawk 2430, thanks.
Alitalia 686, correct. Continue taxi, runway 17, report ready.
Continuing taxi, Alitalia 686.
Alitalia, where he's leaving from? It's this guy.
Scandinavian 908 uniform, contact speed and control 118.4.
Contact speed and control 118.4, Scandinavian 908 uniform, bye.
Bye.
We have Scandinavian coming in there.
Untitled Charlie, departure, climbing 6000.
Untitled 7 Kilo Charlie, squawk 1564.
Checked, 1000 to go.
So 1564. Sorry.
Nautical 7 Kilo Charlie identified through 3,900 feet, climb flight level 340.
Oh, wrong one. See the lag there? So we have a nice and long runway, Hamburg. We do need to, if we go in on 2-3, we'll need to go back to the apron here, which is just the opposite end. So hopefully we'll be doing the Delta 7 or 6, worst case Delta 4, and then we'll go Delta, crossing 3-3, and coming in here. Delta 1 and Bravo, then going in on one of the stands here.
Alitalia 686, runway 17 clear takeoff, wind 130 degrees, 3 knots.
Clear for takeoff, Alitalia 686, runway 17.
Control, hello, Cannon 50 Golf Heavy, passing 1000, correction, level 155, climbing to 10, in my position, Google.
KLM 50 Golf Norway, climb flight level 360, route direct Arthur.
Direct position R2, climb flight level 360, KLM 50 Golf Heavy.
Nautical 1126, contact Copenhagen 121.2, correction, 121.375.
121.37 for North Shuttle 1126, and thank you for service. So there's our handover to Denmark, and 121.37, we're inbound Arthur. Copenhagen Control, North Shuttle 1126, flight level 380, inbound Arthur.
North Shuttle 1126, Copenhagen, hello, weather contact.
What we'll do, we'll put in our filed arrival, but what we'll do is prepare for the shortcut from Bogmu direct to Pisas. So we will so it has a set at Bogmu at flight level and we need to be at read up here. And if possible, descent clearance off at or below. So I would like to hit Bogmo at the so if we are cleared direct to Pisas, that is, that will leave us a little high, but execute that like so. Yep. And we'll be looking out for eagerly awaiting the exits for Hamburg, that's for sure. So I could see if Hamburg is here. Yes, land over there. Aalborg. You always remember the golden rule when flying on VATSIM: have fun. That's nicely said. No Hamburg yet. But what we can't do is we can tune Hamburg, or we can tune Ulster. We can find Ulster here. .5.8. Bit of lag there. So there we had some weather coming in actually over here. But just rain. So LBV is over here. So we could tune that 105.1. Actually, I would like to do that. And it is, I would say, if we are going to land at 2.3, it's very highly likely that will be routed directly to Pisas from Bogmo. That would give us 54. Yeah. clearance limit. Spockmo. And missed approach is 4,000. Left to Hamburg VOR. So after Aalborg we'll put in the Hamburg VOR on standby on number 2. Still no Hamburg. Nope. But we could look up the frequencies that we will be needing. So we have a full ATC coverage, so we'll be turned on to Maastricht by the looks of it at 123.92. And I do actually fear, because I love flying to Hamburg, but also in sitting alone in this aircraft. And you see how slow. Really have to change frequencies and do all that stuff. So the H is where's the H's? Darn it, give.
Marshall 1126 contact Bremen 123925 for Bremen.
123.992 for a Norshell 1126. Bye bye. That's an early handover. We're not that far ahead, are we? Or am I missing something? Maybe he's logging off. Bremen radar, good day. North Shuttle 1126, flight level 380, inbound Aalborg. Yeah, so there you have it. We are too far from him.
Bremen radar, good evening, Northland 67, Hamburg level 350, inbound airline.
Okay, so there's the signal. That's the famous signal degeneration. Yeah, that's why, because Denmark went offline. That's because we're too far from him actually. So we have signal degeneration, and that's pretty cool. But that will allow me to tune. There we had the H's. It's 124.32 set actually, and that's blind lock. 127.67. So we'll be contacting Bremen radar later on when we get a better signal, because we are technically out of his airspace and too far away from him to do anything. So yeah. 140 nautical miles to the top of the descent. Looks good. But what we can do is start our descent forecast. Put that in. Actually, we'll do (21842). Two, 3, 2, 3, 1. And 23929. So, and the QNH last we checked was 1010. Let's just update that. 010. Execute that. Oh yeah, need to put in the runway. So
Skyways 11 with Delta Whiskey Bremen radar.
So we are over Denmark now, you can see it down there. Northern part of Jutland, just over Aalborg now. We do have KLM. I don't know. He's moving fast. Is that a fighter jet? What is that? Oh, he's gone. I don't know. It was a fluke. UFO. It was flying way too fast. Nothing to be seen out there. So we are past Aalborg now. What we'll do is we'll tune Hamburg 113.1. Go. .2 at Aalborg. Let's just check.
Canadian 151, you're in airspace and watching no further ATC available. Navigation monitor Unicom 1.2.8. Bye.
Over to Minigun on 122.8, thanks, 132. Have a good day, Canadian 151.
Bremen radar, hello. Canadian 5 circle, flight level 360, inbound position to Scott. Cannon 4 circle, Golf, Bremen radar, identified.
4 tons. We took a little more, so that's correct.
Good evening.
leave this open in case we need to do some quick changes. Yeah. That's Hamburg online. Set to route 3.4. So we had 8.8.
All stations, I will be back in 1 minute.
So Bremen will be back in 1 minute. That's good to know. Give us 141. That's 146. And if we could get the 8s and get Hamburg to show here, that would be lovely. No Hamburg yet. So we have Göteborg and we have Copenhagen, and we have the 8s for Copenhagen there. No, that's 8s for Kastrup. Still no 8s for close him. Still no 8s for Hamburg. .4 decimal 32, 124 decimal 32. So hopefully we'll get it in nice and early. So in case of any changes, we can most likely we'll be giving vectoring. And I expect us to, as mentioned, might not, you never know.
3 uniform Yankee, you are leaving my airspace, unfortunately no further ATC available. Resume all navigation, monitor Unicom 122.8. Bye bye.
Most likely we'll be given shortcut, either just vectoring or hot motor pieces.
Nortron 6 Romeo Papa Bremen radar.
Nortron 6 Romeo Papa, go ahead.
Perfect, just need the radio check. Thanks. Eurowings 3 Uniform Yankee Bremen radar. Are you with me?
So he's starting to get more loud and clear. That's a cool feature, the signal degeneration or degradation is called. Actually, not degeneration, degradation. It's a real cool feature. So I'll be watching this like a hawk for any Hamburg 8s. And 80 miles to top of descent now. 214 miles to go. Basically straight ahead, straight south. Boom. Have a look at the weather though. Do have
Bremen, KLM 5 circle.
No real wind.
KLM 40 Golf, pass your message.
Few clouds at 400 scattered.
Go line, have a good evening. Oh, that is quite unfortunate, but you have a good evening. Bye bye. Thanks for letting me know. Cheers.
Maybe I should try and contact him and ask politely. Bremen radar, North Shuttle 1126. Do you by any chance have knowledge of current active runway in Hamburg?
North Shuttle 1126, you can expect ILS approach runway 23 in Hamburg.
ILS approach runway 23 is copied, thank you. North Shuttle 1126. Okay, so that's good. Good news for us. Don't need to do too much. So let's just go to frequencies again. So we are looking for 127.67. The approach tower 126.85. And if we're a bit cheeky, just pop that in here as a reminder, since I don't have .85, right? Yeah. And we'll just twist it out of function as soon as we're...
Northland 6 Romeo Papa, we're ready for descent.
Northland 6 Romeo Papa, descent to reach flight level 200 at Gefka.
You see how long it takes to twist, that's why it's good to have prepared.
Northland 6 Romeo Papa.
So I will have to do not too much, because it's the last digits that's a pain. If we just had, for VR at least, a twist and hold function, that would be lovely.
Direct Tudlu, KLM 1 Golf, thank you.
That was Scandinavian out there, just 4,000 feet below us. Going to... Huh? Yeah, Hamburg. I thought this said Copenhagen, so he's going to Gardermoen, opposite us. He's 20 miles out, so we shouldn't be able to really see anything below us. So we'll be doing Ultra Brake 2 in Hamburg and flaps 30 landing with a VRIF of 141 plus 5 knots, that's 146. And ILS approach runway 23, and that's inserted, and we have the frequencies for ILS approach runway 23 here. And the missed approach is a 4,000. And we'll be requesting a descent for now. And we're passing Billund, midway through Denmark now, and we have been flying for 45 minutes. And everything is looking good.
Seabird 29 Romeo with you at flight level 250 for flight level 340.
Seabird 29 Romeo Bremen radar identified, good evening. Confirm your requested flight level is 340.
Affirm, request flight level 340.
Speedbird 29 Romeo, okay, that's copied. Climb maintain flight level 340.
Climb maintain flight level 340, Speedbird 29 Romeo.
And 29 Romeo, proceed direct Eden, Echo Lima.
direct to Echo Echo Lima, speed 29 runway.
So I might or might not be doing another flight to turn around from Hamburg to somewhere. Not quite sure, maybe I'll go to Stockholm or something like that. That would be fun, but depend on the time, the planning. It'll be evening/night flight in that case. Or maybe Copenhagen, although I love flying to Copenhagen and I hate flying to Copenhagen. I'll tell you why. Copenhagen, for X-plane, there's you could port scenery, but to be honest, I don't want to go to the mess of buying the scenery in another sim and buying the sim and porting it and all that work. The standard airport for Copenhagen is not that good, and the city is depicted horribly. It looks so darn ugly in the area around the airport.
KM17 Golf, when ready, descended to reach flight level 250 at Total.
So I don't really like to fly into it because it makes me cry when I see it. I come from Copenhagen originally, so it's my home country, Denmark, and a city I lived in, so I would like to see it represented more nicely than what it is in X-plane, unfortunately. So I don't really like flying into Copenhagen with that scenery, to be honest. But I would love to see.
North Shuttle 1126, descent flight level 340.
Descent flight level 340, North Shuttle 1126. So first descent there.
North Shuttle 1126, scratch at flight level 360.
Flight level 360, North Shuttle 1126.
Thousand to go.
Managed to fuck that up, didn't we? Sorry, my language. There we go. So it gives us a new top of descent. Let's just see if we got Hamburg yet. There you go. There you go. There we go. Hamburg information Victor. 3. Take off. A bit small.
North Shuttle 1126, descent flight level 340. Traffic information. Traffic is a KLM Boeing 738, currently 12 o'clock, 10 miles, passing right to left. Traffic is descending.
Descent flight level 340 and passing traffic is noted. North Shuttle 1126.
Green radar, Ryanair 2 Golf 350 direct Lyra.
So,
Ryanair 2 Golf Leon radar identified. Good evening. North 16 Romeo Papa, after Geska, continue descent flight level 160.
After Geska, flight level 160, North 16 Romeo Papa.
these 4 knots.
North Shuttle 1126, you're clear of traffic, descent flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110 and clear
1,000 to
traffic.
go.
North Shuttle 1126.
KLM 17 Golf, continue descent flight level 200 and contact Copenhagen 119 at decimal 8. Have a good landing, bye-bye.
Descending flight level 200 and Copenhagen on 119 decimal 8 KLM 7 Golf. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thanks, you too.
Messing around here a bit. Just pop that in there so we're cleared. Anyway, I was looking for the QNH here. Yeah, correct QNH. Make sure I have the frequencies there, all that I need. 3 out. Tad biggie.
North 6 Romeo Papa, contact Copenhagen 119 at decimal 8. Bye-bye.
119 decimal 8, North 6 Romeo Papa, forgive us, bye-bye.
We do have a bit of lag here. Hopefully that will not be a problem going into Hamburg, where we need to have full movement and be quick on our feet and clearing our ears for instructions, because they can throw them at you quite fast there. Hopefully it'll be a successful and clear and clean approach, right? Looking pretty good right now over the southern parts of Denmark here, by the looks of it. We have a approach and tower. 127.67. 7.6.
Hamburg information whiskey met report time 1520. Expect.
We just messed that up because we got the agents already. So 126.85. There's our error again. Every time we receive a transmission, that pops up. We only see the approach now. Does that mean tower is off? It could look like tower is offline. Let's just have a look. Just not close enough. So tower is 126.85, 126.85, just for reference. So max speed 250, so
North Shuttle 1126, proceed direct to Bochum and contact Bremen radar 127.67. Have a good landing, bye bye.
Direct Bochum and 127.67, thank you, and bye bye. I forgot our flight number. You said Bremen, but it is Hamburg Approach. So he's there. We can pop this guy here. Hamburg Approach, North Shuttle 1126, passing flight level 190, inbound Bochum.
North Shuttle 1126, Bremen low identified. Information Whiskey, descent flight level 100.
Descent flight level 100 and information Whiskey current is noted. North Shuttle 1126. Just to update that. Keep everything current. And it's looking nice here with the speed because we'll need some range to get her down to 250, so we don't bust the altitude. So here we are over northern Germany. I believe it's Flensburg or Kiel. Not Kiel, Lübeck. Yeah. No, Kiel or Flensburg. I think it's Flensburg. We're passing over now. We have a Hamburg ground and 121.7. Just pop that in there. So we have set, and we have our reverb is set. Yeah. Can prepare nice and early. And we'll be needing that once we land for our taxi instructions. Busy day in Hamburg by the looks of it, so like so, and we'll use a bit of speed brake. hopefully we'll be getting rid of this awful L Lima Bravo Victor shortcut, because it's not looking good. The magenta line there. So it will take us, need some heading selectors to fix that, that's for sure. Can slow down a bit more just to prevent any overspeeding there. Looks like it's busy in Hamburg, but mostly on the ground. It's the evening rush, so not much traffic in the air, but so I think we'll get the shortcut, but yeah, sure, ground is quite busy, clearances and whatnot.
1,000 to go.
Go to 250. Still speed brake now.
Charlie 11260, descend 3000 feet, QNH 1010, present heading.
Descend 3000 feet, 1010, and continue present heading, North Shuttle 1126. That was a rush. Need some speed brake here. So there's landing light, and we have 2, and we have minimums, and we have precipitation, landing altitude set, recall was checked, auto brake 2, landing data 141, and minimums are set 280, and approach briefing is completed. Altimeters, current QNH 1010 is set. You can set that on the standby, just leave it there so it doesn't reset. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. Yeah, so he will most definitely be giving us pizzas, so I'll just update that. A bit cheeky here, but it's good to be prepared, right? And we have ILS tuned on both sides. Line heading select, but we are currently carved a bit into the wind here, or pushed, I should say, away from 152, which is the Bogmo heading. We do have some clouds coming up as well, and TAD is 10, so we'll disregard. That's standard now. Cabin crew, please prepare for landing. Or be seated for landing, that is.
Now Charlie 1126, turn right heading 200.
Right turn heading 200, North Shuttle 1126. Here we go. So the speed brake, it's very easy to forget when you're single-handedly flying, because I have one hand to manipulate stuff, and you actually need to keep your hand on it. If it's deployed, your hand never leaves.
1126 cleared ILS 23, come established.
Cleared ILS, runway 23, and we'll comply, North Shuttle 1126. So we're cleared on the ILS. So we will do a... VNAV and LNAV engaged. TAT 12 looking good. And most likely we'll be given Delta and passing 33 and then Bravo 6 for stand something something. Might even not even get a gate. Who knows? And we're seated, cabin is secure. Going into the clouds here, bye bye sun. Hello Germany and Hamburg, guten Tag. Und guten heute. Ich liebe Deutschland. Especially their beers. And their efficiency, something I always admired. So we should be at pieces at something is up here. There we go. There we go, flaps 1. Something is definitely up there. Let's have a look at that. 227. We will have to check that with the X-plane headings here. Maybe I made a poo-poo. Yeah, I did make a poo-poo. Good thing we noticed. Flaps 5. Speed checked. Clouds, tab 13. Turning runway heading now.
$1,000 to go.
Down a bit just to give us some wiggle room here. Okay, you go gear down. 15. Approach. Hamburg Approach, North Shuttle 1126, established ILS runway 23.
Roger, call tower 12685, goodbye.
12685, North Shuttle 126, bye bye. Hamburg Tower, North Shuttle 1126, we are established ILS approach, runway 23.
North North Shuttle 1126 Hamburg Tower, good afternoon. Wind 220 degrees 4 knots, runway 23, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23, North Shuttle 1126. Landing checklist, please. It starts with just continuous, speed brake arm, landing it down, green lights, flaps 30, green lights, clear to land, cabin is secured, runway is in sight. So far so good. All we have to fear now is the taxi instructions. So what we will need before we disconnect is this, so I can draw beautiful taxi instructions here in Hamburg. Look at that. So I had Hamburg VFR scenery, which you could get from the org installed, but it was a bit too FPS heavy for VR, unfortunately, so I had to remove it again. But it looks nice as always, even though I don't have the football stadium or stuff like that. So wind 7 knots. Ready for disconnect here. Beautiful Fuhlsbüttel airport in Hamburg, recommended. And my new scene over here. Have world object set to high. That's as far as I can go until we get welcome. Checked.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Disconnect. And I have controls. To watch our speed here.
Approaching 2-3.
Drifting the wind, so we'll need to correct that. Get ballooning here shortly. So it looks worse from the cockpit than from the outside.
Minimums.
Looking good now.
Minimums.
Landing. Touchdown zone. Overshooting a bit here, but that's fine.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Check, close. And reverses. Manual braking. Let's quick disconnect.
80 knots.
As reverses, we'll take the high-speed exit here.
North Shuttle 1126, welcome in Hamburg, der schönsten Stadt der Welt. Taxi via Delta 7, Delta 1, hold short, runway 33.
Could you repeat last? There was some disturbance in some echo on the channel for North Shuttle 1126.
North Shuttle 1126, continue taxi via Delta 7, Delta 1, and hold short runway 33.
Delta 7, Delta 1, runway 33, and be advised there's an echo on the channel for North Shuttle 1126.
North Shuttle 1126. After crossing runway 33 is Hamburg Apron online.
After passing 33, contact Hamburg Apron for North Shuttle 1126. Okay. Well, it is in the early days for this new codec, and it is wonderful. So Delta 7, Delta 1 and 33 as expected. Belt off. Pop this off, and you can come off and off. We have 121.7 for Hamburg Apron. There's a bit of multitasking here. Sorry guys. Just making sure that we have, let's get the APU going already. There we go.
North Shuttle 1126. Cross runway 33 and contact Hamburg Apron 121.7. Bye-bye.
Cross runway 33 and contact Hamburg Apron 121.7 for North Shuttle 1126, and thank you for service. Bye-bye.
Skyway 3360, information X-ray correct, startup approved, cleared, Berlin Schönefeld via Rama, 3 Golf departure, flight plan route, climb 5000 feet, squawk 2524.
Cleared via Rama 3 Golf departure and squawking 2524, initial clearance of 5000.
And we were cleared to cross
3360, read back correct.
And we will hold at Bravo 6 there and contact.
Approaching 33.
Hamburg Apron, guten Tag. North Shuttle 1126 at holding point Bravo 6 awaiting parking instructions.
North Shuttle 1126, Hamburg Apron, Moin, taxi gate 02 via Zulu 3 and Zulu 1, and welcome to Hamburg.
Taxi 023 via Zulu 1 and Zulu 3 for North Shuttle 1126. Zulu 1. 023 and Zulu 3. These maps sometimes. Zulu 1, 0, 2. Where are you? 0, 2, 3.
Perfect.
Zero, 2, 3. Did I hear that wrong? I must have.
Boston 39 Fox, request taxi.
Boston 39 Foxtrot, taxi to holding point runway 33 via Zulu 1 and Bravo 4.
Holding point runway 33 via Zulu 1, Bravo 4, 39 Fox.
Lufthansa 221, request pushback. Lufthansa 221, hold position, due traffic. Hold position, Lufthansa 221.
Hamburg Approach, North Shuttle 1126, could you please confirm our gate number again, please?
Shuttle 1126, no problem, it's gate number 2 via Zulu 3 and Zulu 1, so it's the next turn to the right, and then it's the second gate on the left, but you can also take anything that is free to your left side.
We'll take 02, thank you, North Shuttle 1126, and thank you for service.
Welcome. Break, Lufthansa 221, pushback approved, facing south. Approved, facing south, Lufthansa 2. Austrian 39 Fox, over to tower, 126.85, have a nice flight, bye bye.
Okay, so...
126.50, danke dir, tschüss.
01 Bravo, and we'll need to crash into this static aircraft. I need to have that removed. So what we will do is we will disconnect from VATSIM. Okay, and we'll be very, very cheeky. Very cheeky indeed, and we will go all the way around and we will take this stand over here. Because I don't want to park into this here. So we did follow the ATC to the letter up until, because if I plan to do a turnaround flight, I would like to be in a clear stand, not inside some static aircraft. And if I have to do a turnaround flight, I would like the sim to stay online, or at least running. Messy, but that'll do. There we go. Parking brake set. Engines are dead. Cabin crew, please disarm doors and slides. That's why I did it. I want that gate. So remind me to get the Hamburg Fuhlsbüttel scenery without static aircraft for the next time. Set off, and we can turn off the pumps as well. Oh yeah, forgot to make the ground power. Was a bit stressful. I need to go and get some dinner, guys. So yeah, but a beautiful flight. I really liked it. 1 hour and 20 minutes from takeoff to gate, and that is as it should be. It's very, very realistic. And we're offline on VATSIM. Should be disconnected there. I want to open it because it can be disconnected there. And now it happened because the VATSIM client, maybe I should report that to them, but I think they have their hands full at VATSIM, so there's a minor detail that might be fixed later on. So let's look at the landing rate. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm happy with it. Life was so much easier without Project Fly, wasn't it? Anyway, I'll take it. It's okay. So we'll complete that flight. Yes, Dankeschön. There we go, our flight straight down south to Hamburg, and had a lovely approach and flight into Hamburg as well. Really enjoyed myself, and as you heard on the flight, the ATC, we got to didn't notice if we got to hear the what do you call it, the blocker, the channel blocker, if several people are transmitting at the same time. But we definitely got to get a good feel for the signal degradation when we got passed on to Bremen radar while being in the northern part of Denmark. But it is what it is. That's really cool. It is very realistic. So it has changed from being a big chat room basically to being a full working simulation of VFR communications. That's what it is, and it's pretty darn good. So you could record. Now you could record some transmissions going on perhaps in Hamburg, and you could record some real-world ATC from Hamburg, and you could play it to a stranger or to a flight novice or a beginning flyer, or yeah, even a pro flyer, and they wouldn't really hear the difference. So yeah, really liked this flight. So let's connect some stuff here just so the aircraft won't go too cold. So let's terminate the flight leg here. Set the chucks, connect this stuff here. You can start cleaning. Turnaround timer is turned on. Close this down. Have all these charts here. We can remove some of those. There we go. So that's pretty well prepared. Let's turn on the lights. It's getting dark here. We can put on the local lights as well. Do some commercial for Norwegian while we're here in Germany. So yeah, I think I'll leave the aircraft as it is sitting now. I can pop these off as well. There's this walkthrough here. I'll leave that be. Ground power. Actually, we will not be needing. So I made a poo-poo there. Old habits die hard, right? So since we're in a larger airport, we don't need the ground power unit sitting there, the diesel-powered one. And it did connect when we drove up to gate, but you cannot disconnect the ground power unit and it will reconnect to the gate, obviously. So we've just found that out. Anyway, let's leave it at that. Yeah, one more thing, just to make it all as ready as we can be. Like so. And so. And yeah. Okay, so I will have some dinner, and if I have the time, I will return to the flight and I'll do a video where we'll fly back to Scandinavia somewhere. Either Stockholm or Gothenburg or Oslo or something like that. We'll see. Hopefully it should be teaming with ATC this evening before the weekend, and I imagine the weekend will be absolutely insane. But I have stuff to do, work to do, real life in the weekends and in the coming days, so I will not be able to fly the sim. But I will some other time. Hopefully this coverage here, which is due to the new codec, obviously, will both attract new users for VATSIM for the network, so we get even more traffic, and new controllers and old controllers to come back, so we can keep coverage like this in the weekdays. It would be awesome because it's so much more fun for all parties when there's traffic and when there's control. So we can see Norway is very well alive here. Got Bergen by the looks of it, and we got full coverage in Gothenburg, so might go there, but we'll see what happens later on. So for now I will just jump out, have a quick view here in Hamburg. Lovely evening and noisy machinery. Yeah, the parking wasn't too bad. We did make a cheeky move there at the end, but it was well worth it to avoid parking inside all of this static traffic, that's for sure. So yeah, with those words, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, then please consider subscribing. It really helps me build the channel, and like the video if you liked it, of course. If you didn't, then okay, it's all fine by me. I will see you in the next video. Take care and keep the blue side up. Bye bye.